Bismillahi rahmani rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Kulun fayla khayabta sharafta leha ka dhawaada somalimaitv oo geek booqasho ka koyti xafiis leerow frulow oo runtii avocado oo maaragna xafiis jay oo ka tala Franklin iyo nay 100 miles ka gooyaan iyo waliba Bilisberd dhinaca moolka Soomaaliyeed dhawi xafiiskaas iyo habooqani siisan arga haytamba iyo mayba jeelab anti ana waraysi la weeldadan ka leerow attorney Joe Fru oo runtii xafiis jay magaajina leerow Frulow attorney hadaba hadii aad doonaysid dhinaca lawyer iyo wax walba ayaanu ka weydiin doonaa arrimaha Soomaaliya keesaskii hore iyo waliba waxyaalo kale ayaanu rabnaa in markore inaan ka weydiino ugu horeyntii ayaan rabaa inaan ku soo dhaweeyo interviewga aan rabo inaan la yeesho Joe Fru oo attorney ah and Mr. Joe Fru attorney and welcome to somalimaitv.
Bismillah ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, brother. It's a great pleasure to be on your show today, and I hope that we can really discuss issues that pertain to our community. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I mean, before we got our details, all the questions, can you tell us, me and the community who are watching through the somalimaitv, about your background? I mean, and how long you've been in this business, brother?
Thank you, sir. I'm originally from Cameroon. I immigrated to the United States about 16 years ago. I have been a member of the community since. I came in from Canada on a United Nations scholarship to Canada. Then I came to the United States, started a PhD, did not complete that, went to law school, and I graduated from law school in 2003, and I have been practicing since then. So I've been practicing since 2003 up to this point, and that's about 8 years.
Okay, so in this office in Franklin office that you have in the community of Somali area and other communities that we have seen all the clients coming to your office, as even Saturday today, phone ringing and a lot of clients are coming. So
yeah, I think the main law that controls immigration now was enacted in 1996. That law basically has not changed. Okay, that is the core immigration law, but many things have evolved, and that would depend on everybody's case. I am here, I am part of the community, I understand where we're coming from, I understand everybody's case, the way it's presented, depending on the facts that they have, whether somebody is in a refugee camp, whether their parents are back in Somalia and their siblings are back in Somalia, whether they're in Kenya. I understand all of that. It will depend on the background, the specific facts, and how we can deal with them. And what we can do is whether they want to immigrate or whether they want to bring their spouse or whether they want to send money. These are all things that we need to talk about on a specific case-by-case basis and address them.
But as we know, brother Tony, I mean, there is a lot of cases in this community, Somali especially. I mean, like last year there was 29 people, young kids who have been sex trafficking has been cut. I mean, they're still at the process, but they're still in the jail and somewhere there. So I don't know if are you familiar with that, or have any other parents contact you as a lawyer? What do you tell us about that?
Most definitely. I can tell you that as a member of this community, I am well familiar with those cases. I know about those cases. I know about what is transpiring between the local police, the FBI, and everybody. In fact, I have been contacted about those cases, but for people's privacy, I cannot give you details about that. But yes, I know about those cases. But let me say something that is very important to our community. You know, this is a new society for us. We are learning how to adapt, and the police officers are learning how to deal with us as a community. So my role as a lawyer is to breach that communication, to be able to smooth it over and make sure that we understand where they're coming from and the police officers understand where we are coming from. That said, it's also very important to understand that this is a society of rights. This is a society of laws, and we need to understand our rights in order to ask for them. You know, sometimes we really have to go out of our way to ask for our rights, because every individual in this community is just as important, as equal as every other individual. So with those cases specifically, when you're charged with a crime, there are two things that you have to bear in mind. You just don't talk to the police because they ask you. You get a lawyer to be a mouthpiece for you. It's not that we're hiding anything. No. In fact, truth has to come out in specific ways. The law in this country is fashioned in a way that you speak at a given time, you speak at a specific time, and you speak to specific individuals. So if you do not have a person who is going to guide you, especially if you don't even speak the language, who's going to guide you, tell your own truth, your truth might not come out the way that you want it to come out. And the police, they are our friends when they protect us, but they are not our friends when they have to deal with cases, with charges in court. Because once you are charged, the police is now working for the government to make sure that facts come out that will not be favorable to you. So it's very, very important that we know that when the police are just driving in their cars, they are good to us, they protect us. But when it comes to a point where we have been charged or somebody has been charged with a crime, they are not our friends.
Absolutely. But I mean, in your office, what did you help them? I mean, for the community like Somalis, although there are the case like that, and plus also, especially little things like ticketing and liberation and case like that. What other cases the community that have you come across with it, brother, and then you succeeded? Can you tell us about that?
Oh yes, in terms of successes, brother, I just 2 weeks ago I had a major case that took about 3 weeks to trial, and thank God, alhamdulillah, we won, and the brother is now free. He is out in the community. He was looking at a long time in jail. It was a rape charge and a kidnapping charge. In fact, WCCO even had something on TV about that. But there are many cases like that. But let me be one case that really comes to my mind that I'm really, really proud about was this Somali brother, when I started practicing, who had mental issues. And he had been charged in Wisconsin, he had been charged in Minnesota, and nobody was understanding him. They thought that he was just wayward, but it was the mental, it was the disease that was bothering him. And you know that we come from a society where we do not own up to these things. We think that it's something wrong when somebody has a mental disease. No, it's like malaria. It's like cancer. It's like any other disease. And the earlier we treat it, the better. And what I did was I tried in the much I could to get help for the brother. He was treated in Wisconsin. And the cases in Wisconsin and Minnesota were taken care of. They had threatened taking his green card away. In fact, they had taken his green card away. And I fought for him. He had his green card and joined his family. Yes.
Wow. daawadayaal akhyaarta sharafta leen rabta hadiga waxaan u malaynayaa in Joe runtii ay tahay lawyer u baahan daaliyada Soomaaliyeed runtii oo wax walba oo la fahmi kara, even xitaa qofka xanuunsan waxa laga yaabaa asaga isku meel ayaanu ka nimino, qofka xanuunsan xitaa waxa laga yaabaa inuu fahmo haddii waxa iska jira wadan aanu ka nimin oo dagaalo iska jira, qofka waxa laga yaabaa inuu problem badan iska haysto, laakiin dadkan wadanka aanu joogno aanan fahansaneyn. Haddaba attorney Joe Fruto wuxuuna leeyahay wax walba waa la fahmi karaa jaaliyada Soomaaliyeed. Haddaba xafiiskiisana adresskiisa waxaad ka arki doontaan shaashada somalimaitv. ha moogaanina wax alla waxaad u baahantiin haddii ay bayraado. What did you give any advice for the Somali communities? We are very, we don't understand the laws and all those stuff, things like that. So what is the first step things to do when a person gets something about the police and stuff, things like that? What is the first action that are we supposed to do?
Brother, I would take issue with the fact that we don't understand the laws. I think that what you mean is that we are learning the laws. You know, we are a new community that has come to the United States. Every new community that comes to the United States struggles with these things. You have the Irish, you have the Polish people, you have different groups come in at different times, and they struggle with the law. We have just come in. We are the most recent large immigrant group that has come in. We are struggling with that, and we will come through. And we are coming through in a very good way. But the things that I can advise my brothers and sisters, my mothers and fathers out there about the law is, number one, if it's a criminal case, if you're charged, I hope that we are not charged with anything, but if you're charged, get a lawyer. A lawyer is very important in the sense that they know what they're doing. And if they do not treat you right, that same law will go after them. So go to somebody who knows what they're doing so that they can represent you well. The second thing is, don't go talking to the police. The police, they protect us. That is good. But when it comes to a crime, they are not our friends. Because you need somebody who understands you, who can speak for you, and who can take your side. The police will not take your side. The police will not speak for you. The police will not defend you at that point. And so two things, if you take just two things away from this, is one, get a lawyer. Two, do not talk to the police, except with a lawyer. We are not hiding anything. We are very open people, but we need to follow the rules in order to succeed in this community.
I mean, can you tell us why someone wants a lawyer, and when that person needs a lawyer? And I mean, if I need a lawyer, like a doctor's, you have your own doctor, for example.
Absolutely.
Like whenever you need, you call them. Hey, I have this. You just make an appointment. You call. You go.
Absolutely.
Some doctors you don't wait. If it's your currently doctors, you don't wait their appointments. But I don't know how the lawyers are working. But can you tell us, if I need a lawyer, do I have to have have my own lawyer, or whenever I need it, I just walk in, hey, I need a lawyer? I mean, what if the lawyers are available all the time, or what should I do?
Absolutely, brother. I like the way you compare it to a doctor, in the sense that, like I said before, this is a society of laws. Laws govern everything. How you start a business, how you run a business, when you have an accident, what happens, how you get remunerated when you lose your job. Everything in the society is governed by law. And let me just, stretch that analogy with the doctor a little bit. When you are strong and you think that you might not need a doctor, but you go in each time to do a physical to know that, is there anything that I need to prevent? Do I need to stop drinking a lot of sha, or a lot of sugar in my sha? Or do I have to, does my malawan need to be less sweet, and all of that? A doctor will tell you that. But that's the same thing with your legal problems. If you do not have a lawyer who looks at your business accounts, who looks at how your relationship with your children and all of that, then you might have problems in the future. So when you have a lawyer that is your personal lawyer, you can talk about these things before they even happen. You can prevent these things before they even happen. We don't want anybody to be in problems. But if those problems should come, God forbid, if they should come, then you have somebody who can just jump in, like instead of right, like an insurance card, like you said. So if you have your doctor, that's your insurance card. You have anything, you just say, hello, Mr. Fru, I am here, and I will be, where are you? The question will not be, do you have money? The question will be, where are you? And I will be there. If it's going to be in court, I'll be there. If it's to respond to a letter that is coming from IRS, I'll be there. If it's going to start a business, I will be there. So we are thinking about this, and we've started this, but it's not really gained ground. We hope that members of the community can pick this up. You know that even in Africa, people have their personal lawyers. It's very expensive in this country to keep personal lawyers. But knowing where I come from and knowing how my people are, we are starting a system where you can be paying something really small on a monthly basis, and then you're covered up to a certain point, so that if something happens, we would be there, my office would be there to protect you until we can really resolve that problem. So I think that is a very important question that you asked, and I think we've thought about it, and we are addressing it, and there are members in the community who have already been doing that. So what is a lawyer good for? A lawyer is good for everything. Because if you want a successful life in the United States, you want a legitimate life, you want a legal life, you want to live within the law. And the only person who can actually get you to live within the law, to understand your rights, to ask for your rights, to exercise your rights, to ask for your privileges, is a lawyer.
But if, like, for instance, it's good actually, thanks for that. But if I don't have a lawyer and something happened to me recently, and I'm just look at the blue book, and then I found lawyer attorney Joe Fruto, his number, and then let me call him. So how long is it gonna take me to be get my case because I know there was a lot of a case on me. So, and just first time something happened to me, how long is it going to take to have you as a lawyer when that case happened to me, brother?
Brother, you ask so many interesting questions. I am amazed. But let me just say this as a joking matter. When you go to the hospital, you see doctors, correct?
Yes.
Have you ever met a doctor who said that I was last in my class?
No.
Everybody is a doctor, right? You don't know who graduated last or who graduated first. The same with lawyers. You see lawyers on the street. You see lawyers in the yellow books. You see lawyers online. You see everybody. You do not know who graduated first or who graduated last. So you do not know who is a good lawyer or who is a bad lawyer. That's the same thing. It's incumbent on every person, especially in our community, especially for us as immigrants, to go to somebody who understands us, somebody who understands what they're doing. And to understand what you're doing is, how do you deal with the courts? Are you well trained? Do you have the certification to do what you're doing? This is somebody who understands what they're doing. And I take issue with anybody who wants to work for my community or who thinks that they can serve my community if they do not know what they're doing. Because most of our people are, they're not schooled in the ways of the law. They do not understand the laws yet. They are learning the laws. So I would really, really be upset if somebody were to take advantage of them. And as an immigrant myself, having walked that road, having been in their shoes, I understand them. I understand where they're coming from. I understand the historicity and the background from which they come. And I can help them resolve those problems a lot faster and a lot quicker.
Thank you. The last question is, for this opportunity, you just, what other message, any other message that you're sending through the community as a lawyer to get an advantage today for the somalimaitv?
Brother, it's one simple message. Unity. We have to be together. We are here because we have problems at home. And we cannot continue to be here and still try to have those problems amongst ourselves. The problem that we have is a problem of growth. It's a problem of stability. We want good lives for our kids, for ourselves first, health for ourselves, education for ourselves, health for our kids, education for our kids, and then above all, prosperity. Because do not forget, this is a society of opportunity. This is a society of prosperity. And in order to do that, we have to understand the law. We have to work with the law. Once you're healthy and you understand the law and you follow the law, you will be prosperous in this country. So
وهجاك خيارت شرفت لي نبته هذه runtii waxaan filayaa inaad si fiican aad uga hesheen Joe Fruto oo lawyerka runtii hadaba hadii aad wixii faahfaahin dheeraada aad u baahan tahay inaad la soo xiriirtid ama u baahan tahayba waxaad kala soo xiriiri kartaa lambarka shaashada somalimaitv hoos idinku qoran runtii wadankan aanu joogno Mareykanka runtii lawyer la'aan wax ku soconaya runtii waxaan filayaa inaysan jirin lawyer waad u baahan tahay maalinta ay tahayna ma garan kartid hadaba Joe Fruto wuxuu inoo sheegay in uu diyaar u yahay jaaliyada Soomaaliyeed iyo waliba wuxuu yiri aniga as immigrant ayaan wadankan ku yimid waxna waa bartay waxana jeclahay in aan wax u qabto jaaliyadaha sidayda oo kale oo ku yimid wadanka Soomaaliya hadaba hadii aad u baahan tihiin wixii lawyer ah ama dhibaato ah dhinac walba ha ahaatee xafiiskayga ilbaabadiisa 24 saac uu idin furan yahay teleefankaygana waad soo wici kartaan ka faa'iideysada adigoo ku fahmi kara qof walaalkaaga isku meel ka timaadeen oo lawyerna ah oo hawlahaagana hoosta fahmi karo waxa laga yaabaa inaad hadii aad tahay business hadii aad tahay wax walba waad u baahan tahay adigoo iska bixiya lacag yar bishii maalin walbana wixii kugu dhaca hadii ticket lagu siiyo hadii booliisku wareersho dhanku walba waad ogtihiin wadanka aad joogtiin lawyer la'aana wax ku soconaya malaha barnaamijkaasi waxaan filayaa inaad si fiican uga heli doontaan iyo waliba Soomaali oo halkan ayaguna imaaday ayaan rabaa inaan maaragtay idinku soo duwo sida ay u arkeen iyo waliba sida ay ugu faraxsanaayeen hadalada iyo lawyerka sida uu u kaalmeeyay ayaan rabaa inaan idinku soo wareejiyo daawasho wanaagsan waa anigoo ah Liibaan Xuseen oo si toos ah idinkaga soo gudbinaya xafiiska attorney Joe Fruto oo ku yaal magaalada Minneapolis wadada Handerka iyo Franklin
Berlin waxaan ka mid ahay dadkuu caawiyey Joe marka Joe nin aad u fiican waaye waxaan kala Soomaalideena u sheegayaa inta aad lahayd qof kale oo dadkaaga ahayn wax ka fiican ma jirto qof dadkaaga ah oo markaa rabtid arki kartid markaa rabtid oo imaan kartid inkastoo bulshada Soomaaliyeed hadaan aaminsanahay qof cadaan inuu qofka madowga ah ka fiican yahay badaas wax jira ma aha marka waxaan idin sheegi lahaa Joe nin fiican waaye uuna i caawiyay markii hore aan Joe intaan ka hor aan u imaanin ani xataa waxa aaminsanaa nin madow inuu isna caawi karin laakiin marka uu imaado Joe waxaan u arkay Joe inuu marna lawyerkayga yahay mar qof wadankayga ka imaado uu yahayna qof mar kasta u baahatay xilli kasta
runtii ninkan lawyer buu yahay aniga hadeertaan last 6 months and as usually business man tahay waxa u baahan tahay lawyer all the documents wax walba kugu yimaado qof ay kala tashan kartid ogsoon I feel garanaysa hadana waa very good lawyer and waxyaalo badan aniga asaga uu iga caawiyay and definitely business ha noqoto and tigidha hadda police uu siiyay oo qalad li ugu siiyay oo markii hore oo meesha markaan tagay liijirid garanay si aan maaragtay human being ahaan haddana maaragtay isla markaana asaga aan tagna meesha waji weyn oo kala yeelatay marka hadaad America ku noosha ama any wadan oo maaragtay legal ka waa ina la socota marka
okay laakiin ugu dambeyntii abaso dadka ku daawanaya jaaliyada Soomaaliyeed aanan ka warqabin looyaradan oo kale inay magaalada joogaan sida Joe Fruit oo kale marka maxaad kula talin lahayd adigu marka
in soo arkaan ofiskiisa fiiriyaan la hadlaan niyo lawyer marka raadsanayso waxa u baahan tahay lawyer ku fahmayo qof only ana ahayn lacag rabo oo fiirinayo dhibaatadaada iyo baahidaada waxay tan kala liibaan aniga hadeertaan adiga naftigaada oo ku sheego saaxiibkay ama dhaxdaas maraan ka wada hadalnay aniga aroon beehima bad as we go meel markaan wada tagno beehima months waxaan dhiibayo maanta de wax kuugu dhacaan inta maaragtay jeebkaada dhibaato weyn oo maaleed waxa ku fiican adigoo every month baan siyaa businesskayga iyo wax walbo ku saabsan aniga ahaan bishii baan jeeg u qoraa any day aan rabane representative so marka taasna waa aniga daas ahaan shakhsi ahaan
marka waxa leedahay jaaliyada ayaguna sidaada oo kale inay raadsadaan lawyer oo sidaas wax kasta ku dhici kara goorta laga yaabo ay ku dhici karaan wadankan waxaad u baahan tahay inaad lawyer iska haysatid
aad u weyn liban adiga hadii maanta ticket lagu siiyo lawyer aa u tagto wuxuu ka hadlayaa intaasoo boqol marka lawyer adiga aad ku qabtid oo lawyerkaada dan waxa weeyaan you don't have to maalintaas inaad bixisid aniga adeertaa markii ticketka la siinayay shilnan dhiibo ma jirto
ma santahay